Hi, happy Friday. Sorry, half an hour late. Had some technical difficulties, and I kept on trying and nothing would work. So in the end, I rebooted my computer and it all worked. So if in doubt, just turn everything off, I guess. So I'm here, so I hope some of you will be able to join me. And as my title said, I'm back to doing some watercolouring. It's a card I created for, now let me see, where did I am in a bit of a muddle, and I did have my bit of paper here. Oh, here, right in front of me. It is a card that I created for the Be Inspired Sale-A-Bration. So I thought I'd do that because I hadn't done a video for it. Hi, Narelle. Yeah, I know. Just having technical difficulties. Hi, Janice. Nice to see you too. Happy here. Yeah, technology sometimes it's not your friend, is it? But anyway, I'm here. So I'll get started straight away. Won't muck around, and yeah, I'll show you the card. I'll turn around and show you cards. So hope you're well. And oh, hi, Amanda. Nice to have you here too. So I'll turn my camera around and get started. And hopefully it is good to go and you can hear me. I was had a bit of sunlight. We've got sunlight here today, so we're good to go. So this is a card I thought I'd show you how I made recently. Hi, Grace. Nice to have you here too. So yeah, I've been using Blackberry Bliss, which I've used it a few times now, and I'm not really I'd never been a huge fan of Blackberry Bliss, but I've been missing out, I think, because it's really quite a cool color. So who knew? So what I'm going to do is I haven't even cut anything out. That's how disorganized I am. Anyway, so I'm just going to cut that bit of cardstock, and I'll have to even measure it. That's how disorganized I am. But anyway, it is 9.4 wide. I'll make it 9.5. So it's an easier measurement. And by 13.9. So that's a centimetre. Yeah. Oh, actually, while I'm here, I'll cut the gold. It's a centimetre smaller than the card front. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, nice. Oh, that sounds fun. Nice to get away, do something different. Oh, you've loved, yeah, I don't know why. It's funny. I think sometimes you gravitate to colours that you wear. Maybe that's what I usually do. So I've just made that 2 millimeters wider and 2 millimeters longer. Just chuck everything on the floor as I go. So that is just going to sit when I've finished, just with a wee frame. And I've got my card base here, so kind of good to go. And what I'm this all spread out. I'm going to emboss it in gold. I was thinking I was super organised, but anyway. Right, so put my Versamark and my little Boston Buddy. It probably doesn't matter as much as it does when you're using darker colour. Hi Jill, nice to have you here too. Thanks for coming along. So this is the this out of the Sale-A-Bration, the stylish sketches. So this one here. So I'm just going to stamp that, and I re-inked my Versamark so it's nice and juicy. So I'm just going to stamp that randomly over card. And the good thing about having a slightly dirty Versamark, it does kind of show up when you stamp, so you can see where you've gone. And it's funny, isn't it? Even if you're following what you've done before, it always ends up differently. I'm not sure why that is, but it doesn't matter. So hopefully that I will have got coverage, but you can always go back in and add some more. I think gold was one of the first things I ever embossed in. This is lovely, this gold. It's lovely and fine. I should be using my new tray. I've got one of those new trays from the Stampin' Up embossing kit. So I just need to, I did leave a couple of gaps, so I might just go in and tuck those, tuck a little something in there, and just a little, doesn't have to be much, but just a little something. And just, has anybody got anything exciting planned for the weekend? We're going out for lunch tomorrow, so that'll be nice. Just catch up with some friends we haven't seen for a while, so it's always nice. Right, so I just have to bear with me, sorry, while I just blow heat set that. So it won't be a minute. Right, so it doesn't actually take too long. Your granddaughter's turning 3 on Sunday, so big family picnic. Oh, that sounds nice, Jill. How cute. How lovely having a granddaughter. Turning 3. So cute, aren't they, when they're, I was going to say when they're little, but grandchildren are, it's nice, isn't it? All care and no responsibility, hopefully. So I'm just going to colour. So I've got, might start with the Blackberry Bliss. And what I found with this, not so much the Blackberry Bliss colour, but the crumb cake around the edge, that colour was one that with the shimmery white, it just really soaked in. So you need to have a really good, get this paper quite wet. So I'll just add a bit of water to those. They're sort of like nuts, aren't they? I don't really know. You know, that maybe they're supposed to be a certain colour, but anything goes really, doesn't it? So then just add a bit of colour. And what I like about when you have added water and then you just add your colour, it sort of does its own thing, which I kind of like. Sort of absorbs the water, the colour up. Oh, figs. Actually, they probably are figs. That would make sense. I wish sometimes they'd tell you what things are on the packet. And figs are this colour, aren't they? Are they? I think I've got some, oh no, something on my wall in the kitchen. Oops, I'm getting a bit carried away with the colour down here. And some more down here. Yeah, because some of the flowers, it'd be kind of good to know what they are, wouldn't it, to Google them and see what colour they're supposed to be. Not that that really matters, but sometimes it's nice to have something to go on. Nice to know and then just do something different anyway. Right, there's a few more. So it doesn't really take long. You could be definitely more particular than I am. I quite like just you know, anything goes. And I like when, as I say, when you put the colour down and then when you've put the water down, it just draws it up. Those last ones are probably the best ones. Right, so now I'm going to do the green, and I've used Evening Evergreen, which is kind of, it's a nice rich green that I think works really well with that rich raspberry. And just clean off my brush a bit. What I did with these is for the leaves, I just added the water and then I just picked up a bit of the green and then just ran it down the stem, which is the darker bit. And then it sort of took the colour along there. Can you see that? How that just sort of dragged. See, it just, when you get enough water on the leaf like that, so it's sort of wettish, and then just put a bit of the colour on there. See, it sort of pulls it out, and then it does its own sort of colouring for you. So just makes it quite simple. So just go through and just add water to a few of those leaves. And this paper is really forgiving. It does take a lot of water, so don't be worried about how much water you put on it. As I was saying, especially the background with the crumb cake, I found that it really just sucked up the colour, and I didn't really want it to do that, so I really had to add a lot of water to the paper. So who's got this set? Has everybody got this set? I've really enjoyed using it, and of course now that Stampin' Up have brought some other Sale-A-Bration items from the main catalogue as well, so that's really cool. So a few more choices, especially if you've got everything, which I kind of do. Oops. Just add, sometimes you just need to add a bit more water and just to make it spread a little bit. So it doesn't take too long. I'm a bit rough and ready, but anyway. Does everyone do watercolouring? Does everyone like it? I suppose it's not everybody, you know, to everyone's taste. It's quite nice. I quite enjoy it. I find it quite therapeutic. I'd love to go and do some classes, some watercolour classes. I think that would be good. It's really dark, that colour. Let's add it in there. You could do a lighter colour, do a different green. Any of the greens will probably work quite well, or you could mix it up with some of the other, you know, lighter colours in there instead of just using the one. Just put a tiny bit. So it hasn't taken too long. Oh, blends, yeah. Oh, you like watercolour too, Janice? Yeah, blends. I was looking at mine yesterday and I was thinking, oh, I haven't had them out for ages. It's funny how you sort of do one thing quite a lot. Right, so that's quite, it sort of reminds me of sort of vintagey wallpaper or something, or an old like a duvet cover or something from Granny's. Right, so I'll just get rid of that framed up. So I'm going to do the background, and with this, because everything's sort of contained, you know, the watercolor is contained within the embossing, you know, it gives you a bit of leeway, which is kind of good. So I'm just going to get the crumb cake. A reasonable amount. It does go a long way. So I'll probably still stick to the smaller brush. It gives you lots of, you know, you can get in these fussy bits. Oh, Grace. Yeah, have a go. So you're not feeling well. That's no good. I hope you're feeling better soon. It's awful if you're not well enough to even craft. I'm just going to add a bit of water in there. Let's get quite a bit down. Because as I say, I just felt it grabs onto the paper quite a lot. So, oopsie, carried away. Right, and I'll just get this sort of, get some water onto that as well, so you can always add more. I'll just build it up. It's even where, see, I don't know if you can see, it's sort of grabbed in that corner there, see? So, yeah, as I say, just lots of water. So I guess another thing too, you could squeeze water from your brush as you're adding the colour. So it's adding water and colour. It's a bit better actually doing that. I'll just pick up a little bit more. And I'm not going right in. I want to sort of leave a bit of the creamy sort of colour from the watercolouring paper. Actually, that works quite well, just squeezing as you go. See, even there it has grabbed where it probably won't be quite as noticeable once, you know, add some splotches and can add a bit more colour to different parts. And also I'm going to flick it with the marker too, so that'll add a bit of you know, a few bits and pieces, so you won't sort of notice so much. Might just add, oopsie, not so much water. Getting carried away. You can sort of go in and blend that where it has got a bit darker, blend it in by adding more in around it. I don't know, I probably could try doing this actually with the other watercolor paper. I did think about that, but whether that would grab less. Because it doesn't usually, with other colors it's not so bad, but it's just with this color for some reason. It does look a bit rustic, but once it dries, it'll even out a little bit. And as I say, once you get like your ribbon on it or any sentiment, on there. As you can see, it's quite wet because it's quite uneven. The paper's a bit flat. I can flatten it out later. Oh, good. I'm glad, Jill. Oh, yeah, it's cute, this set. I've done a few things. If you have a look on my blog, I think, or on my Instagram, probably you'll find I did something with the ducks. The only one I haven't used is the fox. I probably should try and do something with that before it runs out. I have to retire it. Anyway, right, I think that's probably okay. So I'm just going to, you could do some splodges with the ink as well, but that you'd have to wait till it's totally dry. So I'm just going to set that aside, and I'll just do the sentiment. So what I do when I use watercolor paper is use it for the sentiment as well, because then it's just going to tie up. What have you said? Oh, you poor thing. Oh, that's not very nice. Yeah, I think there is quite a bit going round of sort of other sort of, coughs and colds and things that aren't very nice, because my mum's been really sick as well. She's starting to feel better, but she was beginning to wonder when. Block. I'm just going to use this Thanks, which I really like. It's a really lovely, gorgeous font, and it's, you can probably see it there. It's out of the Season of Chic. I'm just going to sort of get an idea. Sometimes you don't exactly know where to line it up. I've got, while I'm doing that, I've got that. Have you seen the new list of Sale-A-Bration items? There are all these items, so 3, 6, 9, 10 out of the current catalogue. So really good. I just bought that because I love that dots and spots die. Yeah, so lots of good options there. Hi, Wendy. Oh, thank you. I was late this morning anyway, so I've only been on for about 20 minutes. So I've got, these are rectangle stitch framelits. These are great, these dies. So I want, you can make them shorter. That's the one I want. Two if you need to. So just going to get my foam mat, which goes with the photopolymer stamps. Embossing buddy. My gold powder out again. Oh, excuse me. So is it nice weather everywhere? Oh, so what do you say? Oh no, you're sick too. Oh, that's no good, Jill. I know, it's just, I know, because mum's been testing quite regularly and still, no COVID, which she was surprised about because a lot of the symptoms were COVID. Right, just that point of your take your pick tool is quite good just to get in close to pick up any little bits of the embossing powder. Right, so just quickly give that a quick heat. we all have had COVID, but I've sort of been a bit worried, thinking, oh, we're going to get the next wave. But so far so good, and hopefully there's some warmer weather coming. We might not get it again. All right, just bring in my big one today. Put that on there. Oops, it's going to move. I'm just going to get a tiny bit of washi tape. Bought that new sparkly stuff, and this, find the edge, is the colour. And I thought, oh, I probably wouldn't use this colour or use it for bits and pieces, but actually it's kind of, it's cute. It's nice and sparkly and pretty. Just tuck that on here because of embossing, it's gone all crinkly. That'll stay in place, yes. Just run that through. Right. Take that out of there. And another thing too, when you don't use glue on this, it shows through on this paper for some reason. So what I tend to do is use just even the Stampin' Seal or the Stampin' Seal Plus and just cover the back. It's reasonably dry now. I might just flick it with I've got my Stampin' Right marker. So I'm just going to flick that over there just to give a bit of character to it, sort of makes it look a bit more oldie worldy. And then what I'm going to do, bring that off just so it doesn't go on things, flicking. So what I'm going to do is run my tape over the whole back so it will stick down really flat and you won't get any glue marks. Because as I said, the glue I noticed does show through the shimmery white. You stick it onto something, and I find if I cover it totally, you could even use adhesive sheet. It just gives it it will sit flat and you won't get that sort of you know how it's all bumpy and lumpy from being watercolored. So I just want to blend that. I work from the top and make sure it's even there on the three sides. Then if I bring it down, it should be even. And then just put it on the back and rub over it. And that's given it's really nice and flat now. And then I'm just going to pop that onto there. So you could lift it up or with dimensionals or just pop that on. Just run so it stays put. I'm just going to put that on there. And I didn't have any of that gold in this one. I'd used the gold ribbon and I'd shredded it a bit, and then so I haven't got any left at the moment, so I'm just going to use gold thread. And so I'll just tie a single bow, I think, this one. I like using different things sometimes, so then you can see how, you know, get a slightly different look. You could do a double or triple bow on that too, but just make it a little simple bow. And glue dots, that's what I need. So I'll just pop that about there. And the good thing with that too, when it's going under something, you can sort of you know, add a bit of tear and tape or something if you want to tape it to where exactly the direction you want it to go. Or just add some more glue dots just to force it into submission. I might do this tear and tape. I think that might be. It's going to be covered up just to flatten that out. And it's still got a mind of its own. Oh, that's a bit better. And just want to pop that there. So I'll just put some dimensionals on the back of that. Just going to do enough just to sit either side of the knot in the bow so it's not lumpy. And it's still not wanting to do what I want. Pop that there, about there, I think. Right. And then I thought I'd add some little butterflies because I thought they would look kind of cute with that, with the wee figs. Let's use some tweezers actually. These are quite cute, these wee butterflies. It's lost its stick. It's been floating around somewhere. Just add a bit of glue. That down on there. Oh, I think they're brass, aren't they? Polished brass, but it goes well with the colourings in here. Tuck those, they can go anywhere really. And one up here. My little triangle. So that is it. That's my card for today. So hope you enjoyed watching that. Sorry about being late. And still, I don't know how I'm gonna force that into submission. Maybe I might put a book on it and it might sit down. So there are those two cards. Oh, thanks, Jill. Oh, thanks, Narelle. Yeah, I know, over here a bit more. I'm considering, as I say, that you know, I'm not what is it, Blackberry Bliss, but I thought that really looked pretty on there, and yeah. So and yeah, that it didn't turn out too bad with the background, but yeah, it'd be interesting to try that other watercolor paper because that might not grab it so much. So yeah, if you make something with the set or with these colors, or yeah, the set, the colors, yeah, or any watercoloring, give me a tag, and I'll send one out to somebody too that's come along today. I've been doing that each week. It's kind of fun. It's nice interacting and with you all, and nice to thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday, and hopefully I won't be late next week. I have to think up something for next week. So thanks everybody, and take care. Have an awesome weekend and an awesome week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.